I've been listening you like for 45 years, I think. And I grew up in Soviet Estonia, which was behind the Iron Curtain. And whenever we was able to get hold of the Western music, it was so cool. So, and I remember your first album I was listening, it was like a touch of freedom or a ray of hope, you know, something outside of the Iron Curtains.
Thank you so much. And it means a lot to me. I mean, it's strange that I discovered after the end of the Iron Curtain that my music in Moscow was not allowed, because it was, even if he had no words, as we know, it was the symbol of escape and evasion. This is the reason why I'm so excited to play Estonia and to play Tallinn once more. It's always, it means a lot to me. After I played for the closing ceremony of the Olympics, I was not intending to do any concert in 2025, but more preparing a series of concerts in 26 and 27. And then I had this kind of proposal of a few concerts in 2025, and I had in mind this idea of exploring new technology, artificial intelligence, and working on my music in a different way, in a more immersive way, and to experiment. So it's going to be something very different. I'm very excited to share this new project with the Estonian audience.
What about the AI, Joe? The artificial intelligence doesn't steal your job. It creates so much music. How do you cooperate with that? Are you afraid of that?
I mean, you know, discovery of fire was, I mean, fire is dangerous, but I think it brought lots of positive aspects to mankind, like the invention of electricity. Lots of people were afraid of electricity because electricity may be dangerous, but also gave lots of progress to ourselves. And the same with AI. I think, as our grandparents used to say, we can't stop progress. So the earlier you embrace it, earlier you understand it, you can explore it, exploiting it, and eventually fighting against its negative effects. And so we should never forget that technology is neutral. It's all depending on the way you use it.
You are considered as one of the pioneers of the electronic music. What is your background? As far as I read about you, you have been studying the classical piano?
Yes, I studied classical music, classical composition, and I used to play in rock bands also when I was a teenager. And at one time, I said, okay, I'm going to sell my guitar and my amp. And with the money, I went to London to buy a small synthesizer. And I remember that my mom was thinking that I was crazy because I put this small synthesizer on the table of the kitchen and fiddling around all the time, day and night, and saying, my son is crazy. I mean, doing this kind of strange noise. And it started like this, really.
Yes, the style is quite unique. Did you ever felt hopeless that it's not going to make it, this electronic music? Because the pop and rock was the main thing, disco and whatever at that time.
Yeah, actually it was a total a kind of alien music, because it was during the disco time and punk time. And Oxygen was something totally outside the box. And I always considered actually my work a little bit outside the box. Even the concerts I've done was outdoor concerts, and or concerts mixing lots of visuals and videos and lasers, where when I started, even the Stones or U2, they were just playing with guitars and a few lights. So it was absolutely outside the box.
Was it hard to push it through because nobody wasn't doing that at the moment?
Absolutely. Oxygen has been refused by almost all record companies. People were saying, there is no singer, there is no drummer, all your songs are lasting 8 or 10 minutes. It would never work. And even my mom, and then she loved me, and she was a great person. She said, "Why are you you're calling your album with by the name of a gas and putting a skull in the cover? It's not going to work." But
it did work, huh? You have sold like, it's the most French sold album in all times, the Oxygen.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. I think, some music are quite timeless. I was, like 2 weeks ago, I heard about the fact that some young teenagers in America, in Princeton University, one guy come to see his friends and said, "Oh, I discovered a new album from a French artist called Jean-Michel Jarre. He's a new artist, and this music is coming from the future." And it was in 2025. So, it seems that sometimes music is linked with time and space, and sometimes it's timeless and linked for space forever.
You have had the biggest crowds in your concerts. Like, I think the record was 3.5 million in Moscow. It's quite a phenomenon. How do you explain that? How come so many people show up, millions of people show up for your concert?
I have no idea, because I of course never woke up in the morning saying, okay, I'm going to play in front of 3 million people next week. Of course, these kind of things don't happen. And it's quite a mysterious phenomenon. And all on top of it, all the concert you are talking about, I never started the process. There are proposals that have been made for me. For instance, in Moscow, it was the mayor of Moscow asking me for celebrating the anniversary of the, it was 800 anniversary, 850th anniversary of the city. And then at the beginning, it was considered to have a paying concert on the Red Square. And I said, no. I don't want to play the Red Square. I would like to play in front of the university, because the place was, in my opinion, more relevant. And I would like a free concert. And they accepted, And it's this kind of thing that, going back to your first comment about my music, I think that it was because my music for so long in Moscow particularly was not allowed and was considered as something symbol of escape, evasion, as you very kindly said it at the beginning of our conversation. Suddenly it was like a very spontaneous movement where somebody wanted to participate. It's probably as simple as that.
You was also the first Western artist who performed in communist China back in 1981. What do you remember about that? And did Chinese people knew your music at the time?
Not at all. I think actually it was like playing on the moon for many, but I think playing on the moon for them at the same time, because my show at that time was quite innovative, even on a Western point of view. For Chinese audience, it was like alien landing in Beijing and in Shanghai.
We have rumors here in Estonia that our the pioneer of the father of the technical music in Estonia, his name is Sven Grünberg, that you know him. Are these rumors true or not?
No, I know him. I know his music, and we never met yet. I hope it's going to happen. But it's a very interesting point, because we should never forget that electronic music is coming from Europe. There's nothing to do with blues, jazz, rock. Nothing to do with America. It's coming from our heritage of probably classical music, and the reason why, this is the reason why the European electronic music scene is so important. And of course, Estonian artists, like French artists or German or Italian artists, are so important in the electronic music scene. So it's time to join forces more than ever with what's going on in the world these days.
There is always something to looking forward and something to achieve, even though you have done everything already.
Absolutely. I think I am, for instance, going to Estonia is like for me going for the first time, and like a teenager with this mixture of excitement and anxiety, and hoping that it's going to be okay, but also wanting to explore and share with the audience something unexpected and full of surprise for them and for me.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Jean-Michel Jarre, I'm so excited about it, and the concert as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this conversation. It's always a pleasure to go back to Tallinn. So I'm really looking forward to it, and probably to meet with you and in real life, and not through screens.